final 2 games of the season, and somehow we're still in playoff contention. Let's go and see if we can sneak in. Hi there folks, I'm Nick from SonickFM and welcome back to Sons of the Rock. And today, 2 big important games coming up. First off, away to Peterhead and then at home to Clyde. It's the final 2 games of the regular season. And currently, the league is looking like this. We're in 5th place, 35 points from 25 games. Level on points with Cove Rangers, who are in 4th and the final playoff place, and 5 points behind Montrose in 3rd. Today, like I said, 2 big games coming up. If we can get 6 points from those 2 games and hope that Cove drop points, we'll manage to sneak in. I don't think we're going to catch Montrose. I think it's now a case of catching Cove for that final playoff spot. And it's probably, I'd say, between ourselves, East Fife and Airdrieonians. There's only 3 points separate 4th and 7th since yesterday. Like I said, went away and played a massive chunk of games. So I think the last game we played yesterday was the 4-0 defeat to Falkirk. Or was it Livingston? It was round about here anyway. I think it was the Falkirk game. Might even have been the Montrose game actually. It was round about here. But as you can see, up and down form. So we lost 4-1 to Cove Rangers. Beat Clyde 2-0. Lost 1-0 to Partick Thistle. Beat East Fife 1-0. Lost 1-0 to Airdrieonians. Beat Montrose 1-0. That was the start of a kind of mini run where we then beat Cove Rangers 4-2 and 4 for 5-0. So 3 wins on the bounce. I thought things were starting to kind of look up. And then we hit Partick Thistle and Falkirk and lost both those games 2-0 and 2-1 respectively. And that brings us up to date. So like I said, we need to make sure that these 2 defeats aren't what carries on. Now, I know we're playing Peterhead. We've yet to beat Peterhead this season. They absolutely annihilated us 6-4 start of the season. We then lost to them 2-1 at home later in the season. So today, we need to beat them. It is essential that we beat them. Already started kind of doing a bit of scouting and looking into the team for next year, because it is very, very clear that we need to upgrade pretty much all over the park. The team so far have just not been good enough, and I'll hold my hands up to my recruitment not necessarily being good enough during the summer. The only players really that I would give a passing grade to, we sort by average rating, we can see we've got only 5 players above a 7. Kevin Hanratty, he's on 26 goals for the season. 20 goals in the league from 23 appearances, 26 and 28 appearances in all competitions. Tried to extend his loan till the end of next season, but Aberdeen would rather he played with better quality players. We're going to need to let him go and then attempt to improve the squad a bit and then potentially be able to get him back in on loan then. Gregor Zabret, the goalkeeper we brought in, he's done well. He's got 2 assists from 29 appearances apparently. He's been quite good. McGeever's been solid at the back, but looking at his ability and his potential for his age and his stats, I think we can do better. He's out of contract in the summer. Might try and bring him back in just as cover, but I'm still kind of wavering on him a little bit. Adam Devine, he's barely played for us. He only got 6 starting appearances before he broke his leg, so can't really judge him. And Daniel Church, again, limited appearances, and he's done well in the appearances he came in, so I think he's wanted by somebody. He's wanted by Queen of the South. His contract's coming up as well. I think I might offer him a new contract actually. I'll deal with that in just a second. But other than that, I mean, there's a few players who've got good ratings for the last 5 games, but other than that, nothing. Just not good enough. But for now, we get into the game against Peterhead. As you can see, the slight change of formation. So we're going with an asymmetrical 4-3-1-2. I've seen a few different people using this formation, and it seemed to fit with the players that we have. So I thought I would give it a try, and it's been okay. Not been life changing, but it's been okay. So we're sticking with it for now. Then we have Zabra in goals, Church, Weatherburn, McGeever, and Wardrope at the back. Tongo, Carswell, and Frizzell in midfield, with Richie Hosler playing further forward, and Crossan and Hanratty as the strikers. I'll get highlights straight from kick-off now, which could be good or bad, depending on what way it goes. And it's Church with the ball on the left for us now. Gives it back to Weatherburn, who plays it over the top for Kitongo. Tongo swings it in for Hanratty, and Kevin Hanratty's there to head home his 27th goal of the season. I just noticed I'm playing both Kitongo and Church. Tongo's playing on the left. Oh. I was confused for a second there because those are both left backs. But Kitongo, great ball into the box, and Ratty just steals a yard on his man and is up to nod it home. 1-0 after 20 seconds. Good start. Kitongo with a free kick now. The keeper with a bit of a blunder there when it came to it, but we couldn't capitalise. And as things stand after 10 minutes, we have moved into the playoff place. As Weatherburn heads clear, free kick from Peterhead, but it is Boyd with it on the left hand side for them. He tries to switch the ball across the park, but Kitongo cuts it out, and he's racing ahead now. He's got men in the box if he can get a ball in, but his attempted cross is blocked and it stops from going for a throw in. And Peterhead can come forward on the attack again, but Church cuts out the pass. Crossing with it now. He plays it over the top for Richie Hosler. Kane Richie Hosler's there. He grabs his 8th goal of the season. Good finish. Good ball in from Crossan as well. Crossan has only scored 1 goal for us. So as a striker, he's not been great, but that was a good ball. Nodded down by Hanratty. Chipped over the top, Richie Hosler onto it. 1 touch to control it, and 1 touch to finish. 10 minutes in, 2-0 now. And this is much better in a game that we absolutely have to get 3 points from. And Cove, just looking at the scores, are still drawn with Airdrieonian. So if Airdrie can do us a favour, that would be fantastic. Good tackle there. Don't know who that was that made the tackle. It was Church. And he does well again to block the attempted cross and clear it. The ball's been nodded about a bit, but Hanratty's got it now. He's got Crossan ahead of him if he can find him, but he can't. He loses the ball, but Richie Hosler picks it up and feeds Hanratty through, and his attempted shot is blocked and into the arms of the goalkeeper. Half an hour in, we've got a free kick now. Hanratty to play the free kick in, and Richie Hosler's up for the header. His header just over the bar. I thought the keeper had got a touch in that there, but doesn't seem like it. And Airdrie have just gone ahead against Cove. That is big. Because if things were to finish as they are, that would mean that we would only need a point in our final game against Clyde to get that playoff spot. Now, I've said in the past couple of videos, I'm not sure getting promotion is the best thing for us at the moment, because we have been, I'll be honest, we've been bang average all season. There's at times where we've been just terrible, flat out. So I don't think promotion's going to be the best thing. But if we can get into the playoffs and, do reasonably well in them and finish a little bit higher up the table, we get that a bit more money. And more money is always good, because more money means, well, more money to spend. Don't know where I was going with that. As we get into the second half now. 60 minutes gone, and Kitongo is starting to tire. He's had a good game, but he is tired now, so we'll take him off. And I think we'll bring McCluskey on for him there just now. Just looking down the list. Church isn't playing fantastically. Carswell's not playing fantastically and is on a yellow card, and he did get sent off for us recently. Might change him. Yeah, I think we will. I think we'll take Carswell off and we'll bring Gallagher on for him. And that'll do for now. don't want to make too many changes because we are doing well. The free kick comes in from Conroy for Peterhead. And again, I thought the keeper would get a touch on that, but it was just straight out for the goal kick. Cove Rangers have equalised now against Airdrie. Montrose are drawn with Partick Thistle. So that result would keep us in touch with them for a third place finish. It's saying that Richie Hostler is tired, so the recommendation is to swap him with Johnson. I think we'll do that. Maybe we won't, it's not doing it for some reason. And we've missed a goal while making a substitution. Now see, if the game had made the substitution when I asked it to, I wouldn't have missed that goal. We'll see it again in the replay. Throw in on the left from Wardrop. Gives it to Gallagher, gets it back from him, just plays it into the box, and Hanratty again just beats his man in there. Nods it home for his second of the game. 3-0 now. And I think that's his 27th, 28th goal of the season. Can't quite remember. I think it's 28th. Cove Rangers have gone ahead in their game. 90th minute goal for Cove Rangers. That is a kicker. See how the rest of the results were. See in just a second. Montrose lost. That's a good result for us, because that means we're now only 2 points behind Montrose. That brings us them back into play. I said at the start I didn't think that they were going to be involved, but it looks like they are. And Cove, as we saw with the 91st minute winner for them. That means that our final game against Clyde is pretty much going to be the decider as to who gets promoted. Because as we looked at, Cove play Montrose in this game. So even if they draw, a win for us would put us above Cove. And depending on the score, potentially Montrose as well. So we just need to make sure we win. Regardless of the result in this game. The result in this game doesn't matter. We just need to make sure we win. So I'm going to go and get the team set up. I'll be back in just a second with the game against Clyde. So we're back now for the game against Clyde. And this is the team we're going with. Zabra in goals. Weatherburn is coming in at left back. No, he's not. Church is going to play at left back. I don't know why Weatherburn's in there. So Church, Devine, McGeever and Wardrop are the back four. Devine back from his injury. He is only recommended to play 45 minutes, so we'll probably be taking him off at half time. We'll see how he's doing at that point. Katongo, Carswell and Frizzell are the midfielders, with Richie Hostler ahead of them, behind Crossan and Hanratty up front. So one of the things I remember saying in the last video is, what if I get sacked? Don't need to worry about that. The board offered me a new 2-year contract. Don't worry about that. Some dogs outside having a fight. Or something. I don't know what they were doing. We'll get the game back underway then. As I was saying, the board have offered me a new 2-year contract, which I've accepted. So don't need to worry about that at the moment. Also, you may have seen, as Hanratty plays the ball into Katongo, and Rico Katongo grabs his first goal of the season. Hate it when it happens to me. Love it when it happens with my players. First goal of the season for Rico Katongo puts us 1-0 up. And that puts us in a very strong position. As I was just about to say, you may have noticed Montrose are currently 2-0 up at Cove Rangers. So as things stand, we move into the final playoff spot. Throw in now for Clyde on the 33-minute mark. Can somebody take the ball off them, please? I think this is going to be our highlight. McGeever's picked it up. He gives it out wide now to Katongo. Katongo plays it forward for Crossan. Crossan's got 2 men in the box, but his cross is blocked. Katongo eventually gets it in, and Kane Richie Hostler's there, but the keeper can't hold his head up, and it's cleared away for a throw-in. Nothing comes of that though. I'm just keeping an eye on the latest scores. Reason being, Clyde are in a relegation fight at the moment. So they've obviously got a lot to play for as well. But Peterhead are currently losing 2-0 to Falkirk, so that should keep Clyde safe. So hopefully they'll take the foot off the gas a little bit. Cove Rangers have put one back against Montrose as well. And I was going to take Divine off at half time, wasn't I? Forgot about that. Seems to be doing okay though. He's not playing brilliantly, but fitness wise he seems okay. As Clyde with a good shot that just went past the far post. Throw in now from Wardrop to Hanratty, gives it back to Frizzell, but it's cleared away by Clyde. Divine heads it forward, but only as far as Arnott, who breaks forward now. He's clear in space, nobody in front of him, and Zabrit makes a good save. Goes for a corner now. After this highlight, we're going to be making some changes. But if we could just win the ball and clear it and then nothing happen. That'll do. Goal kick. Right. Substitution time. So we'll take Divine off because, as I said, he was only supposed to play 45 minutes. We'll get him off. Crossan, you're not playing brilliantly. So we'll get Denny Johnson on for you. And I think that'll do for the moment. Keep it at that in case anybody gets tired. Clyde are really pushing on the attack now. Headed clear by Wardrop, but it's out to Bain. His cross is blocked and Wardrop is able to clear it this time. Hanratty nods it on. There's nobody ahead of him to try and win it. So it's Clyde that can come forward again. Monroe to Cunningham. Out wide now to Bain. Bain has it on the right hand side. Leaves it all the way back to his defence. It's lumped forward and Weatherburn's there to cut out the ball with the header, and Katongo has it on the left. He's had a fantastic game so far, and the keeper's made a complete mess of things there, and Kane Richie Hostler grabs his 9th goal of the season. This was after me saying at the start of this episode that we're not getting goals from anywhere else. That's 2 and 2 for Hostler. Katongo got a goal as well. What is the keeper doing there? Makes a complete mess of things. No wonder Clyde are down at the bottom end of the table, if that's how their keeper's playing. Looking at the scores, Montrose still ahead in their game. So it's looking good as we get into the final few minutes for us to sneak into that final playoff spot. And believe me, it is sneaking. We've seen how some of the results have went in the past couple of episodes. They've just been terrible, terrible results. So it's actually nice to have an episode where we've grabbed a couple of wins. Although I thought I was maybe speaking a little bit too soon there. But Richie Hostler now has the ball. He can come forward with it, but he loses it to McLaughlin, who plays it forward for Goodwillie. Goodwillie shots a tame one, and Zabra is able to get down and hold it easily. If we can just keep a hold of the ball for the next 30 seconds, that would be lovely. Please. Or score again. Scoring again's good, as Hanratty's got into the box and thought that was maybe going to be a penalty there, but it's not. It's only a corner. And time is up. So the final whistle should be about to go. Anytime you like. There we go. And we've managed to get to playoff place. I actually get a smile on my face now. I was beginning to really not be enjoying myself. But we managed to sneak into the playoff places. And there's the confirmation. Montrose and Dumbarton have guaranteed themselves Scottish League 1 playoff place. We are playoff bound, and we get £85,000 for achieving 4th place in the Scottish League 1. And we're going to be playing Greenock Morton in the playoff. Greenock Morton are the championship team. So is that how this works? 4th place gets second bottom in the championship, and 2nd and 3rd play each other. It must be. Yeah, that looks to be how it is. So that will be tomorrow's episode. That brings an end to episode 4 of Sons of the Rock. Good episode for us today, sneaking into those playoff places right at the very end. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. And as always, thank you very much for watching.